Right. Now, earlier on, Jeremy was ripping about in a couple of old-fashioned British sports cars, and I thought it was time for something a bit more modern. The Aston Martin DB9 has always looked pretty. And now it just got a whole lot prettier.
This is the DB9 Volante. Just have another look at it. I'll stop talking for a bit. The last time we featured a DB9, it was the hardtop, and Jeremy raced it to the south of France against James and me on a train.
Today, things may look a little more serene, but we're still facing a mighty challenge.
Because I've brought it here to North Wales. This is the magnificent kingdom of the speed camera mad Chief Constable Richard Brunstrom.
Obviously, we're not speeding or anything, but we're not exactly friends. And he wouldn't be too impressed if he knew that Top Gear had sneaked in under the radar. So, what have we got? Well, the Volante costs £115,000 for the flappy paddle gearbox version, which is 12 grand more than the hardtop. And for that, you get Aston's 6-litre V12 and one of the best interiors known to man. And of course, there's the beautifully made cloth folding roof. But as any enthusiastic driver will point out, lose the roof, compromise the handling. So, is this Aston any different?
Let's do the maths. Now, the hardtop has a torsional body stiffness of 27,000 Newton meters per degree. That makes it one of the stiffest cars you can buy. Take the top off, though, for the soft top, and that goes down to 15,500 Newton meters. So, do the sum. That means a total loss of 11,500 Newton meters, which is about, oh, that much. Blimey.
Yes, it is indeed. Blimey.
It does feel different. Something about the car tells you that the roof's gone, and I don't mean this big patch of blue over my head. There's some sort of flex in it. It's a bit wobblier.
So not only does it not handle as well, the suspension is also softer. And in Volante form, the DB9 isn't as quick as it was either. In the hardtop, you can hit 186 miles an hour, but this one has been restricted to 165 for fear of shredding the roof. All in all, the DB9 has lost quite a lot of its hard edge. It's still fast enough to annoy Brunstrom, but it's not the sports car it once was. But one thing Astons have always had is charm and charisma. Everyone from school children to grannies loves an Aston. So is it the same for this one?
Well, to find out, we're going to test it. But we're not going to test it against a Ferrari or a Porsche. We're going to pitch it against something much, much tougher. This is Killer, a 7-week-old golden retriever pup. So, who's got the most appeal? Let battle commence. I'll just ask you a question, might seem a bit odd. Which is... Well, that sort of answered it, really. I wish you confirm. What?
The car's a bit big for me. The puppy's just the right size.
I'm never coming here again. See that car over there behind you?
Yeah.
And this puppy?
Yeah.
Which one?
Puppy.
Look at me with the puppy.
Yeah.
Look at me with the car. Very manly. Which is it to be?
The puppy.
Oh, there you go. Tell you, mate, you've got to get the puppy. You have? Honestly, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you get the car, you're wasting your money. What you want is one of these.
So there you have it. The Volante isn't as charming as a small dog. And when you compare it to the hardtop, it's not as fast or as sharp to drive. If you're looking for a sports car, this isn't it. So does that mean you should ignore it altogether?
No. Of course not. For a start, you can't actually drive a dog, so you are stuck with the car. And when it comes to value for money, it's not just about how fast a car goes round a corner, it's the whole package, the whole experience.
I mean, just look at it. This car, on these roads, it's a deathbed memory. And you know what? I just don't care that it's not as fast or as hard-edged as the coupe.
That slight bit of give in the whole car, that slightly more supple suspension, transforms it. Now it is a cruiser.
And the Volante has one definite advantage over the hardtop. With the roof down, your ears melt with the sound of that amazing V12 engine. Which kind of has an effect on your journeys.
I might go back just once more.
I hate to burst your bubble, but I think I may have made a slight error with that film there.
Oh, God, not
Sorry.
again. You and Jeremy, what is it this time?
Well, you see, that it was a beautiful day on beautiful roads, and I fear I may have got a bit carried away with the whole Aston Martin convertibleness of the experience.
It actually gets a bit worse than that. No, I'm terribly conscious that that bloke in
I know,
white T-shirt
he's
has
got
just
one.
bought one, but
You were so pleased when you arrived in it today.
I have to say, sir, that it's a bit too blowy with the roof down. The sun shines off the top of the dashboard. He may have a point, but...
You know... Can't argue with
No,
that.
I can't argue. However, a haircut is only £3, as
Not
we know.
£115,000.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's too blowy
Yes,
with the
it is.
lid down. The light shines on the dashboard and it sort of
You
gets
can't
a bit
see half it,
sparky.
yeah.
And it is too wobbly.
And it still has that low-speed steering wobble. You know, when you're manoeuvring in a car park with the roof off in your Aston Martin, that is like that less than cool, it's got to be said.
But do be reassured that you did arrive at a proper conclusion with that film.
Yes.
Which is that if you want a fast, open-top GT,
Yes?
get a puppy.
Or a Mercedes SL65. Anyway, we must now move on.